Hi guys and welcome back to day 24 of Inktober. So today I wanted to do a scene that's just very cozy and comforting, and I do want to give a really quick shout out. This piece is dedicated to Harmony, so I just want you to know that I was thinking about you while I was creating this piece, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I've been thinking about you. So anyways, we can move on with this one. So I wanted to take a little bit of a step back from the way that I have been doing the ink washes so far. I feel like it's getting a little bit claustrophobic almost. It's closing in on the line work that I want it to be. So for this one, I decided that I simply wanted to use the ink washes to create depth and to separate different sections of the piece, but not necessarily to establish local value. And overall, I really like the look that it ends up having. It was a nice break. I'll say that. It was nice to analyze it and think of it in a different way than I have been so far. But going into this one, I had a lot of fun looking through the reference. There's a lot of pieces that I work on where I just really enjoy working with the reference and finding stuff and finding inspiration. But this one was really very nice because I was looking at all these very cozy photos of tea trays and these cozy little reading nooks and sweaters. So it definitely put me in a very pleasant mood, and it reminded me how much art can affect how I'm feeling and what's going on with me. I have definitely been having some less positive days lately. I'll just say that gently, but working on a piece like this where I feel like I just needed something to soothe myself, I guess, where I was feeling a lot of these unpleasant thoughts. So going back to a piece of art that was just very comforting and looking at reference photos that were very, again, comforting and very, it just made me feel really good to look through those things. And it is something that I would like to do more of. I'd like to reconnect with the kind of pieces that make me happy, and that doesn't necessarily mean soft and pleasant all the time, because I do really enjoy creating pieces that have a darker element to them. I just really love creating pieces that really connect to what I'm feeling at the time and my emotions, and sometimes things that I want to be able to feel. And it's a way that I think I have distanced myself from. I used to work a lot more with how I was feeling and with my emotions, and I tried to put that in my pieces more. And I think that as time went on, I separate the two a lot more. And I think that as an artist, I can absolutely get more from my art and put more into my art by channeling what I'm feeling and putting that out there. I would definitely like to find ways to make me feel as positive and work through my emotions as positively as possible. And I think that really channeling that into my pieces like this is one way that I can really take hold of that, as well as analyze what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking about. I would love to hear what your input is when you're working on your pieces. Do you like to work on things that really fit your mood when you're feeling upset? Do you like to work on pieces that are darker, or do you like to work on things that help push you out of that mood? I definitely think it depends on what I'm feeling at the time, but I would love to hear your input, what you're going through and what you like to experience when it comes to your emotions combined with your artwork. But coming back to the piece, I feel a lot happier with this one than I think I have with several of them in the past. And I think that simplifying the values definitely helped. I wanted the outside to be very dark, and then the objects behind the character and these pillows and blankets next to her to be a medium tone, and then for her to be shaded with a lighter value, and then have some accents that were darker, but mostly it would be a little bit of a layering where the lightest values were closest to the camera and then the darkest values were farthest away. And I really like that in this particular application, but in a lot of pieces it doesn't really work completely, because I don't necessarily always want the foreground to be pale values or that kind of a hierarchy. So it's a great way to think about it, and I think I'd really like to work on simplifying the values moving forward, and maybe working on things that are more of a flat value to establish distance. But overall, I was really actually very refreshed and happy with where the values turned out in this one. I like how she pops forward a lot more. I I gave myself a little bit more time to focus on cleaning up the line work than I have on several of my more recent pieces. Actually, probably most of my Inktober's. I'm feeling very, I wouldn't say rushed, but like I have a certain beat. I have a marching rhythm of moving from one to the next, and I need to move on to the next step to get it done. And I think that I'm skipping some of the time that I would normally put into the line work, which is kind of silly because this is Inktober and that's one of the things that I really wanted to focus on. But I went back and I reinforced some of the areas that needed some cleaner line work, as well as thickened up areas in the line work. And I think that really helped marry the more light, simplified values with these stronger line work. It went well really together, and it helped push the things that I wanted, and it has that focus that I was hoping would come through. So in a lot of ways, I learned things that I can take from this to move forward to create pieces that I'm much happier with in the next coming Inktober's that I work on. And that is it for today's Inktober. As always, I do have the original available. There's a link in the description as well as in the end card. And I do have prints of her available as well. And I will be having Inktober books of all the Inktober's compiled together. I am diligently working on getting that all compiled and put together, so I'll be able to launch that for you guys. But that is about it for today. I do post daily Inktober videos, so I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.